In the equity complex today, the NASDAQ led all day long, really staying above the other three majors most of the day. Now, as it got in toward the end of the day, the NASDAQ cash actually finished slightly below the flat line and slightly below the S&P 500. December NASDAQ futures actually finished slightly positive, up 30 basis points. High today of 11,779.25. That was up about 1% on the highs. On the low today, 11,585. That was down 65 basis points. So we really had a big swing. But again, we finished the day up about 30 basis points in the futures. We finished the day down in the cash. NASDAQ was the strongest of all the indices most of the day, despite the big Netflix miss. Netflix missed estimates by the largest margin in its history. Snap did well, though. Now, Snap's not nearly as big of a company, but still considered to be a technology company, so that helped a little bit. Stimulus optimism faded during the day, especially with Fed governors like Lael Brainard talking about how monetary stimulus was needed as well as fiscal stimulus to keep things going. The fact that we didn't get a deal yet, plus Fed governors were talking about more monetary policy stimulus as if they couldn't do it until we got the fiscal side, is kind of what pressured markets as the days went on. Now, when you looked at the sectors, it made sense that the NASDAQ led, being tech heavy, the NASDAQ 100. The sectors were all negative except for communication. That's the newer sector, and that was the only one that finished higher. And when you broke it down into the four subsectors, entertainment was up about 50 basis points, but internet and service companies were up like over 3%. So it was really not just the communication sector that led, but the internet overall led, and the Internet of Things. Now, you're looking at the breakdown of individual stocks, and Facebook was up about 4.2%. Google, despite the antitrust case, was up about 2.39%. Then you add in the other three trillion plus market cap companies. One was up, two was down. Apple and Amazon were down slightly. Microsoft was up slightly, but also we had PayPal up 5.27%. So overall, it was tech, and it was new tech, not necessarily old tech, that led the NASDAQ to lead throughout most of the trading day.